Right now, I can't get my editing stuff to work for a proper Mr.Flamingo reviews slash thoughts slash video that I was supposed to do and have ready, but I couldn't get it to work. So Mr. Flamingo goes low budget. And today, we're talking about Alan Moore's Superman. Whatever happened to the man of tomorrow? So, in the 80s, there was about 50 years of Superman stuff going on up until Crisis on Infinite Earths occurred and smashed a bunch of Earths together and rebooted continuity. What that means basically for folks at home, including my dad, is that they restarted, basically. They just refreshed. Whole new ideas. Much more easier to follow. But after Crisis, they had about 2 issues left on the current Superman run before he would have a proper do-over. So they said, you know what, publisher, whatever, what do you want to do? They decided, you know what we want to do? We want to pose a hypothetical. How would this have all ended? How would this current continuity Superman have wrapped up? Where would it have all gone? So they got Alan Moore to write, Kurt Swan to draw, and they got whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow. And what happened was he lost. Superman didn't technically lose per se in terms of like he was the loser. He just lost in terms of his identity as Clark Kent. A bunch of his friends end up dead. He's not a winner in whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow. The Superman loses. He gives up his powers because he ends up fed up with a bunch of his villains. All of his villains have gotten a little worse. Bizarro goes on a rampage when, at the time, Bizarro would have never been this murderer. The Toyman, and I forget the other guy's name, they kill Pete Ross. Superman's villains are getting worse. And it's all because, in the end, revealed to be the doing of Mr. Mxyzptlk. So Superman, knowing how this outcome would go, intentionally kills him. So he gives up his powers, goes into retirement essentially. It's implied he just lives a normal human life. Superman is no more. Superman lost. The man behind Superman moves on. The Man of Tomorrow leads a normal life. That's where this all would have gone in this hypothetical. I like this story because it also paints the idea of what DC was at the time. This Superman being this righteous, happy man forced into like confronting a bunch of darker themes and darker issues as DC is moving into a much more changed tone. Over time, the rebooted universe would get darker and grimmer, and this is reflected in what happens to this Superman. Times are changing. This Superman is on the outs, and then he'd get rebooted. Whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow is one of Alan Moore's finest works, I think. I think he understands Superman quite well. His code, his ethics. An end is an end, I suppose.